Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. It is Tuesday, March 17th, 2026.
Happy Tuesday! Fun fact, today is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that is right. For anyone who does not know, St. Patrick's Day is an Irish holiday celebrated every year on March 17th. It honors St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland.
And in the US, it has become a huge celebration. The tradition is to wear green. If you do not wear green, people might playfully pinch you.
So, Lisa, are you wearing green?
Of course! Green sweater, green earrings, the works. You?
I have green socks. Does that count?
Barely. So, what are we chatting about today?
3 stories. Amazon gave Alexa a sassy new personality, a war in the Middle East could affect your grocery bill, and cruise ship tips just got more expensive.
If you are new here, welcome. We break down real news in everyday English. Subscribe and join us every morning.
Today's key word is gratuity.
Gratuity. Is that just a fancy word for tip?
It is. A gratuity is money you give to someone for their service, like a waiter or a hotel housekeeper. But it sounds more formal than tip.
So, when a cruise line charges a daily gratuity, that's basically a mandatory tip.
Exactly. And that's a big part of today's 3rd story. Listen for it. Okay, so this first story made me laugh. Amazon just added a new personality to Alexa+ called Sassy. Sassy Alexa? I already love the idea. What does it do? It is basically Alexa with attitude. It will still answer your questions and do everything normal Alexa does, but it adds jokes, roasts, and even some light cursing. Wait, Alexa can curse now? Only in sassy mode and only for adults. You have to verify your identity with Face ID or a security check before you can turn it on.
Smart. You do not want kids hearing Alexa drop bad words while asking about dinosaurs.
Exactly. And it's automatically disabled when Amazon Kids mode is on. But here's the interesting part. Amazon described the personality as help first, judge always.
Help first, judge always? What does that mean in practice?
It means Sassy Alexa will answer your question, but it might also roast you while doing it. Like if you ask what the weather is, it might say, "It's hot outside," unlike your social life. Ouch! I'm not sure I want that kind of energy from my speaker at 7 in the morning. But some people love it. It joins other personality styles like brief, chill, and sweet that launched last month.
So you can pick how your AI talks to you. That's actually a cool concept. It's like choosing the personality of your roommate.
Right? But there are limits. Amazon made clear that sassy mode will not do anything actually harmful. No explicit content, no hate speech, no personal attacks. So it's edgy, but responsible. That's a fine line to walk for any company. I think it shows where AI assistants are heading. People want AI that feels more human, not just a robotic voice reading facts. True, but I wonder how many parents will accidentally leave it on and get a surprise. Amazon probably thought about that. The Face ID check should prevent accidental activation. Fair enough. Would you actually use sassy mode, Emily? Maybe. But Lisa, I feel like you would love it.
Absolutely. I want Alexa to roast me when I hit the snooze button for the 5th time.
That might actually work as motivation.
Imagine waking up and Alexa says, "Oh, sleeping in again?" Bold choice for someone with a 9 a.m. meeting.
Okay, that's both terrifying and effective. I might actually try it. Our second story is more serious. The conflict in the Middle East could lead to a global food price shock.
Food prices? I thought the Middle East conflict was mainly about oil and energy.
Most people think that. But there is another big piece of the puzzle. Fertilizer.
Fertilizer? The stuff farmers put on crops?
Exactly. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important shipping passages in the world. Most people know it is crucial for oil, but it is also a major route for fertilizer.
I had no idea. Which countries produce these fertilizers?
Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman and Iran together supply a huge share of the world's urea and phosphate fertilizers, and virtually all of it passes through the Strait of Hormuz.
So, if the strait is blocked or disrupted, farmers around the world cannot get the fertilizer they need.
Right. And without fertilizer, crop yields go down. When crop yields go down, food gets more expensive.
That is a scary chain reaction. How fast could this happen?
Experts say the impact could come within weeks, especially during key planting seasons. One researcher from the University of Texas said the effects would be significant and faster than people think.
Which countries would be hit the hardest?
Sub-Saharan Africa, the region south of the Sahara Desert, is the most vulnerable because many countries there depend heavily on food imports and have limited reserves.
That is really concerning. These are countries that are already dealing with food insecurity.
The International Food Policy Research Institute warned that higher energy and input costs could reignite global food inflation just when prices were starting to come back down.
So we were finally seeing food prices stabilize, and now this conflict could reverse all that progress.
Unfortunately, yes. It's a reminder that conflicts far away can hit our grocery bills at home.
I never thought about the connection between a strait in the Middle East and the price of bread at my local store.
That's the reality of a globalized economy. Everything is connected.
Is there anything regular people can do to prepare?
Not much besides being aware. If prices do spike, buying seasonal and local produce can help a little.
Good tip. Let's hope diplomacy steps in before the markets react too much.
Our final story. If you are planning a cruise, your trip just got a little more expensive.
Oh no, what happened?
Princess Cruises raised their daily gratuity charges starting March 8th. Guests in suites now pay $20 per person per day, up from $19. Regular staterooms went from $17 to $18.
So for a couple in a regular room on a 7-day cruise, that is an extra $14 total. Not huge, but it adds up.
And they also raised the service charge on food and drink purchases from 18% to 20%.
That is a bigger deal. Drinks on a cruise are already expensive. A 20% service charge on top of that really stacks up.
Princess says 100% of the gratuities go directly to the crew members.
That is good to know. Crew members on cruise ships work incredibly hard. Long hours, away from family for months.
Right. Have you ever been on a cruise, Lisa?
Not yet, but my friend went last year, and she said the room steward was amazing. He made towel animals every night. She said that alone made her want to tip well.
Towel animals? That is a lost art. But here's the debate. Some people think gratuities should just be included in the ticket price, not added separately.
I can see both sides. If it's included, there's no confusion, but some travelers like the option to adjust the amount based on the service they received.
Princess actually lets you adjust the amount before you leave the ship, up or down. That's fair, but most people probably just leave whatever is automatically charged. Exactly. And Princess isn't the only one doing this. Carnival also raised their gratuity rates recently.
So it's an industry-wide trend. Cruise lines are dealing with rising operational costs, just like everyone else.
The key question is whether cruise prices will keep going up faster than the experiences improve.
For now, cruises are still one of the best values in travel if you factor in food, entertainment, and accommodation.
True, but make sure to budget for those extra gratuities before you book.
And always read the fine print. Some packages already include gratuities, so you might be paying twice without knowing.
Great point. Knowledge saves money when it comes to cruises. So today, Amazon gave Alexa+ a sassy personality that roasts you, but still helps you.
I am downloading it tonight. I need the accountability.
The Middle East conflict could disrupt fertilizer supply and cause food prices to rise globally.
A scary reminder that everything in our world is connected.
And Princess Cruises raised their daily gratuities and service charges.
budget tip for cruisers: always check the gratuity policy before booking.
Today's keyword was gratuity, money you give someone for their service. On cruise ships, it is often added automatically to your account every day.
My gratuity to our listeners today is this free English lesson. No Face ID required.
That was smooth. Here's today's question. Would you want your AI assistant to have a sassy personality?
Tell us in the comments. We want to hear your best Alexa roast.
If you enjoyed today's chat, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
We will be back tomorrow with more stories.
Have a great Tuesday and happy St. Patrick's Day. Wear something green. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.